Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about sheaths and a little bit about sharpening. William covered sharpening in his previous videos very well, uh, but I want to give my touch in there and few ideas I have. So let's start with the sheaths. Uh, my sheaths, from now on, after all these years I've been buying knives, I have lots and lots of knives and I have lots and lots of sheaths. So recently, Lucky Thomas did a video about these sheaths. That's from Stitched Gear Outfitters, and you guys should go watch that video if you haven't seen those sheaths. Also today, I seen another video from Don Lutz about uh, stitched out uh, stitched outfitters. So what I did to mine, different from Blackie's, is I added this pouch on my Master Woodsman. Whoever doesn't know the Master Woodsman, this is the Master Woodsman from William Collins. So I added this pouch to get a DC4 stone in there, because I do a lot of hunting September on and all year round whenever I can, and I like to have my knives very sharp. And the way I use the DC4 on a saber grind like this and Scandi, like the Master Woodsman, the rough edge, the rough area, just go around and just go around this way, both sides, and at the end I go with a finer stone, a little bit more time, and that's all it needs. And then you keep on sharpening and you keep on cutting, not sharpening. You keep on cutting and you keep on fleshing whatever you gotta do. That's all it needs. Usually William blades, you just need to do it once after you're done. Every time you're done, you need to touch up your blade. And next day you use it all day again, and you shouldn't need to. So that's a very nice feature for the Master Woodsman. Now on this knife, we did something different with Randy from Stitch Gear. We got a pouch like this, and we added a different stone. This is the Lansky. Everybody knows it. And it just fits right onto this pouch. Very snug. And I also added porcelain rod, which I cut with a blade for tiles on high-speed saw, and then I round it up so it has a round end. So as you're using your knife, eventually it's gonna get dull. You don't want to get it too dull, so you want to always touch it up. This is a little bit too coarse. William knives, and especially the D2, does not get dull very easy to the point you're gonna need this. It does, but if you're not careful and you chip wood that has dirt or something, then you go to this. And at the end, instead of the fine stone on this, I go on the porcelain. And it's a big enough piece. You may have to practice if you're not familiar with the bigger one to keep your hands away. So you just pretty much try and cut the stone, cut the porcelain. So you practice your angles. You might have to look at it, get the right angle, and just try and cut. It's also good practice to get used to your knives. When you get good at this, then you can move to something like this. Tuck your hands away, and you Even if this goes away, you see, it will not cut me. This will, if it's not secure, it's gonna pop out. But it will not cut me, because I always stop here. I'm used to it. Been doing it for a long time. And then you're done. You're gonna put your stones back. Lansky, porcelain, right back to your sheath. The way I use my sheath is always on this side, because I always have my firearm on the right, so it's always here. I can kneel, I can move my legs, it's always here. And whenever I need my blade, I can pull both hands, either left or with my right, depending. And this never gets on the way. Now, even if I put it on my belt, these don't move, they stay here. And I always like a ferro rod. This one is too nice, I don't like to use it. I like using these ones, light my fire. So another way, if you like to have things in your pocket, which I don't really, but this is in my pack. DC4 again, with the little mod. Just put a piece of belt, old belt, cut it up, glue it. You get a straight surface. Which this, you gotta be careful. Do not put compound to polish your blade, because if you polish your blade, you just need a little bit. As you finish sharpening, you need a little bit, because you don't want your blade polished, because again, we use the knife, the whole blade, right? And we're touching. So if it's polished edge, it's gonna cut you. William has a video on it, which pretty much everybody knows, but in case you're not familiar, you don't have the polished edge. Just leave a rough edge, cuts for a long time. By the way, the spoon is done. And that's all you need. So what's coming up? What's coming up next? It's gonna be comparison between these two knives, the Master Woodsman and the Northern Woodsman. This is my favorite knife so far. Let's see if this one comes close. And we're also gonna start comparing the SK with those two, because it's your survival knife. So the SK, the Master Woodsman, and the Northern Woodsman are three different blades. We're gonna talk about it in the future. So thanks again. See you next time.